Welcome back to the White Time channel. Today we're starting our next viewer marathon finale, which is our prompt that we gave you guys, and we want to know what the best song of all time was. We were not incredibly specific on what that is because it's kind of up to each person's kind of idea of what the best is. We got a very wide array of comments. 51 of them exactly. So this is going to be kind of a series. It's not going to be all contained in this video, mostly because some of the songs we have are upwards of 20 minutes long. And there's multiple of them like that. So this is going to be kind of stretched out. So you'll see this video this week, and then we are going to be taking like a 3-week hiatus from this thing because there is like 3 new albums coming out that we want to react to for the channel. But then we'll keep sprinkling in these videos as we go. So submissions are closed, so sorry if you didn't get there, but we kind of had to close it now. Otherwise, it's going to be a never-ending series, and it's just going to be a lot to keep track of constantly. But thank you for everybody that submitted. We're just going to slowly start going through all of these. We do have Babjab here today, back after 2-month hiatus or whatever. I don't know.
Back in the lab again.
Let's go. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We will have a playlist for these things in the description. So if you want to look at everybody's picks, they can be there. There are some that aren't on Spotify, so you'll be missing a couple, but most of them are on Spotify. Most of you guys follow the rules.
Very good. Very good.
Real. Yeah, we can just jump right in. I think Jerry has the first pick in our playlist here. So explain yourself, coward.
Okay. So I have included, my pick is Excursions by A Tribe Called Quest on the great album Low End Theory. Yes, great song. One of the best intros to an album of all time, I would say. I decided to put this on the playlist because there's no hip hop on here. So I'm like, well, that's a shame. So I decided to, put it on there. Thought it'd be a good start. I had a couple other suggestions that I was going to do. One of them was taken, and we will be listening to this video, and that is Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap. We'll talk about that song when we get there. The one that I was going to do, and then I changed my mind last minute to do Excursions, was going to be, I forgot what it's, the freaking Palisades song on Illinois. Yes. I'm not going to give the whole, it's like predatory wasps something, and the Palisades are going to eat us or something.
It docked points for confusing name.
Every single
song of all time, and you don't know the name.
It's impossible to know those names.
Except for Chicago
or Jacksonville.
That's it. All of the other ones are like 2 sentences. I love that song a lot. I think it's grown on me a lot since we've done that reaction. And then the other one I was going to do, going back, I guess, no, older school, I was going to do Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
The best Billy Joel song.
I would say so. Up there, close second, Vienna, I would say.
Get that Piano Man out of here.
I hate it. It's so bad. So yeah, that's my thought process. Excursions. So listen to Low End Theory if you haven't. It's great.
True. And listen to Excursions right now.
What do you want me to do?
You
want me to talk about it? I suggested this one.
That's true. You did suggest this one. No, that song's fantastic. That's a classic. I feel like that bass line is like one of those things where anybody could pick that out once they've heard this song and be like, yep, that's Excursions right there. Yeah. I love the jazz influence. Just like the beat is so grounded. The rapping style is obviously older, but I mean, still is just super groovy, super funky. I love it. Yeah. I mean, that whole album is fantastic. So
Q-Tip, one of the greatest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I haven't listened to this album much, but I've heard the big hits. Heard this one before, and I like it a lot. So I think it's a good pick by this guy or this guy, whatever end up in the video. This guy.
Nope.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows him over here for me.
That's weird.
Oh no.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You.
Well, I wanted to thank Babjab for saying it was a good pick.
Oh.
Thank me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do yours right away, Babjab?
Okay. I picked Frank Ocean's cover of "At Your Best" off of "Endless." Um, I still think "Endless" is criminally underrated.
Real.
If it was accessible, it would probably be as big as "Blonde," in my opinion. But I just love that "Endless" only diamonds cut diamonds that we did on here a while ago. Just that style of production, that style of mixing. I love it so much.
Real.
And Frank Ocean is obviously Frank Ocean. So
Yeah.
my other two I thought of, Concord was my safety blanket, and then Wind Tempos by Porter Robinson. I thought about that one too.
That's a good one.
So
Real.
those are my three that I thought of.
Right over this one.
You thought that was a better song.
For it to stick out. I feel like he does that too. He does that Jeff Buckley effect whenever he does a cover where it's like he really transforms it and makes it something to actually listen to over the original. So yeah, I mean, great singing. Obviously, I feel like that's almost goes without saying. Talking about Frank, but I really like just like the subdued pianos, and I really was like the last third or something, where he dropped the falsetto, switched it up a little bit, like right when he needed to. Perfect pacing. So, yes, good song.
Real. Yeah, that's fantastic. I just love, I mean, that's like the opening to the record, and it's just, it definitely sets the tone for what it is. It's like very skeletal and open, but also like very like intimate still. It really feels like a more of like a blank canvas where he's just kind of like painting things on slowly. I love how the production's so minimal. Pianos come in, he drops the falsetto. This kind of like Nike's, honestly, on Blonde, where like he takes off that vocal effect, and there it is. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous, like amazing cover. He does covers so well. I did a song off Endless for the Summer Songs video, so I love that album so much, and the song is definitely one of the best ones. I think when I first heard that, I'm like, wow, that's crazy how that's like on this album that's gonna be forever continue to get buried as time progresses. But yeah, fantastic, amazing, awesome. My pick's gonna be at the end of the video because it's very long, so I don't want to do that right now.
Okay.
But we'll close with that one. But moving on to actual viewer submissions, yay!
Wow.
First one is Ptolemaea by Ethel Kane. I have heard this song and it is fantastic, so I already agree with this pick. But let's give it a listen.
Should we? Where do we drop?
I'm gonna put the comments and I'm gonna put them on somewhere on the screen. So.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be right here.
That would be kind of awkward, but
It's just gonna take up my camera.
I'll find a good place for him.
Yeah.
But I could not even pronounce this person's name, so I'm not going to butcher it. So we will just put the comments on the screen to avoid that.
Very good.
I like a text to speech of their name.
Yeah. We'll see how fancy I'm feeling. All right. Time for a really happy song. Ptolemaea. Let's go.
Seems to be the theme so far today.
Yeah.
Excursions isn't sad.
It's just groovy.
It's groovy.
Ptolemaea.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a turn.
Yeah.
From what we were.
That's why I put Jockstrap right after this.
Oh, okay, good. I think by every reasonable sense, I should hate this song, but I don't. I don't know why I don't hate this song and I hate Cemetery. Because it's kind of the same vibe in my head. Where
That's
it's just
crazy comparison.
That is a crazy comparison.
it's just so it's like overly like gothic and depressing. Rip your eyes out. Oh, put the heart on the haunted mount. It kind
This
of
song
gave
is
me that.
absolutely justified, though. I'll talk about it.
No. It's like I don't hate it. That's why
No,
I was
yeah.
shocked. It's yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna speak too much on this because this is not my scene. But I mean, I'm pretty good, surprisingly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the song that stood out from that record for me. It is on our wheel. I do want to like give it a full listen with like full attention because I haven't been able to do that with this record besides a couple of songs. But this song is just fantastic. It's like incredibly eerie, off kilter. It's slow. The build is fantastic. Her vocal range is great from like this super like very timid into this like scream to the build up. Yeah, subject matter is horrifying. I cannot explain what this song is about on YouTube because the funny R word is in it that YouTube does not like very much. So we will
What?
not talk about that.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. But yeah, this song, knowing the subject matter and the story around it, like the execution of it is just absolutely haunting. But yeah, it's a fantastic song. So great submission.
I'm kind of in the middle between you two. Like it wasn't crazy for me, but I didn't dislike it. I know Jerry said he didn't
I
dislike
didn't
it.
dislike it.
Yeah, but
You're on Team Jerry then.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw you under the bus like that. But I don't know. I listened to this initially when it first came out, and it didn't really stick with me too much. I always thought it was like Phoebe Bridgers' build. I didn't really think much else of it. But
Mixed with like
hearing
Chelsea
that
Wolfe.
one,
Yeah.
I was kind of wrong. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I wasn't like all for it, but I didn't dislike it either. So it was kind of a switch up from the vibes we've had going so far. So I wasn't really expecting that. But yeah, I need some Giorgio by Mordo to cleanse my palate.
That'll be next video probably at this point. But yeah, that's why I wanted to put this like keep this album on the wheel, even though I've heard it, but because like I feel like it deserves full attention. I just can't really get that out of a casual listen because it is so slow corey, takes a long time to get through. But yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up my duck. Next we have Greatest Hits by Jockstrap. Still can't get out of my head the amazing vocals by Georgia, and the beat is catchy. Probably one of the best experimental pop songs ever made. I agree. Let's give it a listen. This one is super fun. So
I agree.
I agree. Next, we're not listening to it. The intentional sequencing I did for this makes this even funnier.
That's true.
I was gonna say, look what we have next.
I know. Greatest hits.
It's a good one. Again, I haven't listened to this. I know, isn't this Georgia from Black Country?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know we have listened to one of their songs. It was also on the summer songs, I think.
I think we did Concrete Underwater. I think that's one that we did.
Yes.
So very different vibe on that song compared to this one.
Yes. I like what they did here, with this like fun pop little thing, and then they name it Greatest Hits. I feel like that's just funny. More people should do that. Like Lil Nas X should have called Industry Baby My Greatest Hit or something.
My number one hit.
My number one hit.
I will never top
The
this.
most popular song by Little Nas X.
That's what I would name it.
That one Lil Nas X song.
Surprised he hasn't done that. But yeah, no, I thought that one was pretty fun. I like using the pots and pans. That's always a fun addition. But yeah, I mean, it's a little. I'm getting a little bit of tonal whiplash
Yes.
here. Just
Just you wait.
I suppose.
I like to do this. It's like a right away. There's a palate cleanser immediately. You don't stay in one direction too long at all.
One Direction.
What?
Are they in here?
Oh, I forgot to.
They should
I'm
be.
gonna have to change my pick. But yeah, that song is fantastic. I love how it's like still experimental in the way that it does it, but it also sounds like a retro pop song, but also like what pop songs in the future, wherever that would sound like. But yeah, I just love how it's just like so free and open and playful. This whole record is kind of like it, where it's like it doesn't stay in one box for too long. But yeah, definitely one of the catchier songs off that record. Good pick.
I agree very much. I was under the impression that it was like the same vibe as like Black Country, Black Midi, because it was one of the same people. But I was pleasantly surprised.
They do a little
So.
beepity bops instead of
Do a little bit of
I'm sad or
Are they chants?
All right. Okay, tonal whiplash time. Next one is Antennas to Heaven by Godspeed You Black Emperor. This is maybe the biggest tonal shift we could ever have. They said the song is literally perfect. It's an emotional roller coaster of a song. The song's been giving me chills every time I've listened to it for years now. Honestly, don't know if any other song I've heard as well crafted as this one. And it's on their funeral playlist, which is also a big plus, I guess. So my pick for the top song ever made was Sleep off of this album that comes right before it, but I didn't want to have two Godspeed songs in one episode, so I changed my pick. But I think Sleep combined with this is probably the best 40 minutes of music ever crafted, so I'm a little biased on this one, but we'll give it a listen and see.
Look at the most important opinion on this.
Yeah.
Me.
Exactly. I don't mean anything.
That's right. Is Johnny Cash in this group?
Yeah.
He's the front man.
He's the secret member. The fun part's over.
Very sad.
What's the next 17 minutes?
Oh.
It could have just been 19 minutes of that, I think.
I would have liked that.
Just describing different ways to kill children.
Yeah. Like antennas to heaven.
I'm sad now. So I'm not into like a lot of the post-punk stuff. You had a big
Post-rock, but
whatever. But you had this big journey you went on last year. It was documented in the podcast where you listened to a lot of post-rock.
every single Godspeed and Swans album in 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is truly admirable, I would say.
Did you live to tell the tale?
I mean, to tell the tale. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. Like, this is another one kind of like Ethel Kane, where it's like every sense of the word I should hate this, but I don't. It just made me feel really anxious, and I hate that. So, like, the side effect I didn't really like, but the song was actually pretty dang good. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this is a masterpiece. This is an absolute, like, one of the best things ever recorded. Arrangement, just phenomenal. Like, pacing is incredible. The whole record has these built-in little, like, snippets and samples that, like, come in. They kind of don't mean anything, but at the same time, you can kind of connect the dots in your own kind of way. The whole album is, like, super spiritual, but not in the way of religion, and just, like, it's more of, like, yearning for something. There's so much anguish and anxiety and stress in all of these songs, but then there's like these huge swells of like hopeful crescendos that randomly come in. It just perfectly switches from that into like these super dissonant droning. You have this like really weird high pitched synth or whatever that thing is at the end that might actually be a guitar, just like this like wailing of an instrument. It's just like the whole thing sounds super foreign, but also just like so right. It's like everything that felt like should happen in that song happens, like exactly when you want it to. So, absolutely fantastic. Masterpiece. If you combine it with Sleep, it's definitely the best 40 minutes of music I think ever put down. So,
I don't know how to feel about Godspeed, honestly. I've heard some of their songs, mainly off of this album. I really like Storm, but that's like, I don't know. I like the post-rock aspect. I don't like the panic-inducing, like, backrooms music aspect. Like, half of their albums I can't even pronounce. Like, it's just like a rabbit hole I've been afraid to go down. But I like the post-rock aspect of it. It's just, I don't know how much I could come back to it. But this
you have to
song
be in the mood
was,
for it.
yeah. But this was enjoyable. I think.
That's a good way to describe it, I think.
I think my pick is definitely good for the last song we're doing then. Because,
Okay,
yeah. Alrighty. Let's move on. Let me find the comment real quick.
Is it Sun Lux or Sun Lu?
I don't know. I'm just going to say Sun Lux and hope I don't get yelled at.
French people are going to be really upset.
There's too many comments. You guys did too good for our prompt.
Maybe it's
There it is.
Sonal Ux.
Sonal Ux. Okay, I found it. All Directions from the experimental band Sunlux, underrated track from an underrated album from an underrated band. They did do the soundtrack for Everything Everywhere All at Once, so if that's where the connection is there.
Okay.
The song features one of the most beautiful orchestral melodies I've ever heard, and some of the best and most unique experimental drumming and percussion from Ian Chang. The ending of the track is pure goosebumps. Cool. Alrighty.
Okay.
Let's
I thought
give
you were
it a
going to say
spin.
soundtrack to Minions for some reason. I don't know why.
This
is-
soundtrack
This is from the Minion soundtrack. I get goosebumps every time I listen to it.
I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of.
Minion soundtrack. Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. All Directions. We go from 19 minutes to from zero traditional percussion to like just drums only.
That's true.
But leave it up to me. Leave it up to me. These arms won't last forever, so I can't promise you we will. Can't promise you we will. Worlds, we beautiful ones. Worlds, we beautiful ones.
All directions.
That's a wacky song.
Real.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. That's not really my cup of tea. I'm not really into experimental stuff, really. So
But
I
you
like the
Godspeed
formulaic
song, so-
drivel stuff. I did like the Godspeed song. Yeah, I don't know. It was all right.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit. I love the just different ways that they use percussion across the whole song. It reminded me of like a Ryx or like Bon Iver kind of song where they played with a lot of different vocal inflections and like just off kilter production in general. Kept it pretty engaging. I feel like the vocals could use a little work, just like power wise, but I actually don't mind it too much, especially since the end build there was like really great with like the little orchestral moments. So I definitely get what you're coming from with the different orchestration and stuff like that. That is very pretty. And I can definitely like, now it makes sense why they do soundtracks. Like I could see that definitely. They're different. They're quirked up. The production's there. The orchestral moments are there. So
Yeah.
not bad. I like it.
I'll be the contrarian. I don't know. I wasn't really into that one that much.
It's not
The
contrarian. That's my
percussion-
opinion.
The percussion just wasn't doing it for me. I can kind of see what they were going for, but it just felt off. But yeah, I didn't vibe with that one too much, personally.
Your opinion is wrong.
I'm
Whoever
sorry, person who
suggested that, you're wrong.
recommended it. I'm sure you have great music taste, but I don't like that one specifically.
Awesome. All right, where is this comment? Hold on. Okay. Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap. Every time I listen to this song, things are shifting inside me like I've shifting inside me like I've heard it for the first time. I have good reading comprehension, don't I?
Things are always shifting inside you, though.
Yeah,
Like digest food.
that's true. That's a good point.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide and Seek.
So I guess they're right.
Real. Oh, is this song? I know this song.
What?
I know this song.
Yeah, of course you know this.
I don't know if I do.
You do.
Okay.
Trust me, you do.
Okay.
Crop circles in the carpet when busy streets a mess with people would stop to hold their heads heavy. the moments hung before the takeover, the sweeping insensitivity. They were here first. What you say?
Oh.
See, you know this song.
Jason Derulo song.
What you say?
No, I'm just thinking
I was
of the
gonna
picture
say,
of
I've
Jason
never heard this
Derulo.
song in my life.
I'm just picturing the picture of Jason Derulo where you fell down the stairs that one time.
As it should be.
I was waiting for the moment where it would click. It's not coming.
What did she say? Some notes keep falling at your mouth. You don't care a bit. You don't care a bit. You don't care.
Hide and seek.
There's still
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I don't think anything happens.
No, it's
I hear wind chimes.
Oh god.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, you were gonna pick this, so
legitimately, this was
Yeah.
gonna be my number one pick. Yeah, I love this song so much. There's just so much emotion to it, and it's honestly like, it's something I've like never heard anybody even like try to replicate. It's something that's so wholly unique, and it's kind of production, and I mean, like, every time I say something confidently on this program, I get corrected in the comments, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like, I feel like I looked it up a while ago, and I'm pretty sure there's like 8 or 9 vocal tracks going throughout this whole thing, and then there's just like a synth, and that's it. Which is insane, and like her range is crazy. Yeah, it's one of those that exactly like what the person says. Every time I listen to it, it feels like the first time. I just love it so much.
yeah, I thought that was pretty great. The album cover is abysmal for this. That's my only.
Oh, yeah.
That's my only
That's
discount
like the
from this.
most
This is
2000s album.
yeah, it's the worst
It's
album
pretty
cover
bad.
I've seen in a while. But the song's fantastic. Yeah, this was 2005. I think Bon Iver started doing something of similar style in like 2009. I also love those songs. But yeah, I love just the different audio tracking. It takes a lot, songwriting wise and delivery wise, to like keep it interesting for 4.5 minutes when it is strictly like a vocal only. But yeah, I think the range definitely helps it. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot of interesting, cool little textural things that are happening as well. And you have the, you know, the moment that everybody knows. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm just thinking of the Jason Derulo song. I've never heard that song in full on its own, but that wasn't. I liked it. That was pretty good. The vocals kind of gave me Stars by Fun vibes, in a way.
Slightly.
Like with the way they kind of layer on top of each other.
Sure.
So that's it. I'll just leave that. That's probably a bad comparison, but I don't know what else to say about it.
We're all about bad comparisons on this channel, so.
That's right. I compared
Yeah.
Ethel Kane to Cemetery, so it's fine. I will say, we will probably do a reaction to this album somewhat soon, because it is going
that's
to be
true.
on my list.
Mhm.
It is. This whole album's crazy. I love it. So,
Epic.
coming soon to a Boy Time channel near you.
Speak for yourself.
Haha. Name of the record.
That's the name of the album.
All right, we got 2 more today. The shortest song and the longest song.
Perfect.
We're not listening to the whole longest song. But the next is The Mint That Grows Behind the Dumpster by Hekra. It's a one-man project, and I truly think that the structure of the instrumentals, albeit obscure and experimental, take the cake for one of the most creative and unique songs I've ever heard. Lyrics are good. I like to think that they symbolize getting rid of your innocence and growing up, while at the same time not knowing who you are yet and feeling lost. All that in a minute 52. Let's see.
All
How
right.
did no one put cake in? He mentioned cake, and you know the song where he's like, he's going the distance.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
Not what I
Let's
expected.
go.
I gotta like.
The mint that goes behind the dumpster.
That was not what I was expecting.
Not at all.
That intro into that song is insane.
That was Whiplash. Oh my god.
I don't know, man. It's fine. That's not my scene at all. I just gushed about hide and seek, and I think this might be the exact opposite of
Yeah.
that song, actually.
Yeah, the only worst pacing I could have done if I put my song after Imogen Heap. But other than that, yeah, that's the starkest comparison I think we could possibly get. Yeah.
I couldn't understand a single word. But it
Yeah, I'm
sounded
like,
good.
what do you mean the lyrics?
It sounded good though.
It did sound really good. I really like that, actually. I love the energy. I love how it was like a Midwest emo / like speed metal kind of combo. After being to a Midwest emo show, like I definitely kind of get that vibe now, and like I like
the
it.
best music.
Yeah. It's like Midwest emo is just, I don't know, it's such a weird genre, but I don't know. I love the energy here. It's tongue in cheek, it's quirky, it's cool, it's quick. It did a lot in 2 minutes and it didn't feel cramped at all. It was I was very impressed by that, actually. I'm kind of want to check out the rest of this person's music.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't believe they didn't suggest the song on the same record. I drop acid in my spooky Victorian house.
Ooh.
that's
a good
what
one.
that's
That's
what
a
they should have
vibe.
suggested.
That one's even
I also-
shorter.
I know. I what I love also is that there's a song called Koala Bear on the record, and then the last song is Koala Bear fast version, and it's longer than the regular Koala Bear. So there's a line.
Yeah, I want to listen to this record. I'll put it on the wheel.
I wonder if the mint is naturally growing behind the dumpster in like a mold situation, or if somebody put the mint there on purpose behind a dumpster.
These are the real questions.
Let us know in the comments below.
Please.
This is what recording for an hour and a half does to us. Awesome. That was a great pick. Thank you for that. That was great. Okay, we'll do the last one. My pick, I want to put it in this episode just so I don't change my mind again, because I will stress over it for too long. But my first pick obviously was Sleep by Godspeed, but I didn't want to do 2 Godspeed songs. And then my second pick was taken by someone else, so we'll have that in a later episode. But I chose Bring the Sun by... we're just doing the first half, not the second half, just because it is 34 minutes, and I do not want to put anybody through that without written consent forms. So,
You
yeah,
will
we're
not
doing
get
Bring the
it.
Sun. We will not do Toussaint Louverture.
I know that guy.
Do you?
Sorry, I'm just saying in words now. Oh, he was a Haiti guy.
Yes, he was a Haitian revolutionary, I believe.
Yeah.
So the song's basically revolving around that. This is the era of Swans where they threw out all logic when they made songs, or at least it seemed that way, and they did it basically off of how can we make someone feel something the most intense way possible. So we'll kind of see that. But yeah, the second half is all like sound collage and mangled sounds randomly placed. There's like horses and like sawing and like boards getting hit with hammers. So we're not going to do that part.
Okay.
But this might be one of the most intense songs ever made. So just buckle up.
Even more intense than the mint that grows behind the dumpster.
That was the shot of adrenaline you needed to go into a Swan song.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true. It actually helps this a lot. So we'll see how this goes. This is what Patrick Bateman's listening to in his headphones.
You listen to Swans? Good stuff.
Good stuff.
This is dinner conversations at Dorsia. You ever listen to Swans?
The Great Annihilator, they really came into their own. We'll pause it there. Bring this on.
I hated that.
I expected nothing less.
Yeah. The intro was too long. It's actually longer than the best song of all time, which is Trapdoor.
True.
I thought you were saying the mint behind the garbage can.
Well, it is longer than that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I would rather listen to Trapdoor. Probably what is that? It's like
13
3
times.
minutes long. It's like 6 times.
6 times.
I'd rather listen to it 6 times than listen to that again. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, I also was not feeling that one, unfortunately. I can understand the appeal, but for me, there is not nearly enough progression to keep me interested. The song was kind of funny. I was trying not to laugh when the song came in, but yeah, it just for me, it's just way too repetitive with not enough progression. At least with the Godspeed one, it's it's constantly progressing, so it doesn't feel like it's getting old. It just keeps going. But this one, I just feel like it's the same thing over and over for 15 minutes. So,
Yeah. I mean,
not for moi.
it's like hypnotic rhythm that like takes a while to like ingrain, and they're known for like these albums where they're all 2 hours long. You get beaten over the head so many times with this music that it just clicks sometimes. This was like the first song it happened to me with, where it's like I don't understand how they kept building that crescendo for 6 minutes, because you literally can't tell a difference when you listen to it for the first time until you like go back and you realize like the drums go from one ear to both ears, a guitar gets added randomly. So it's like the power in this song is insane. You could probably like power a city with this song. Just like insane intensity. This is like, I think on the album, this is like, you're already, 25 minutes in, and then you get hit with this 34-minute like monster of a song. And we only listened to about half of it. There's a whole nother half full of like noise collage and stuff. So this is definitely like one that takes a long time to get used to. It took me a while to like understand why this is so highly rated, but once it clicks, it clicks. But yeah, fantastic. Amazing. An acquired taste, but amazing. All right. I think that's going to do it for this first episode of the best songs ever made. Yeah, we're going to do a series out of this. It'll be coming in a couple weeks. We have a lot of new reactions to get through first, and then we'll hop back on this thing. And then we'll probably just kind of do every other week. We'll have one of these things out. But yeah, thanks for all the submissions. We will get through all of them, I promise. We're not avoiding you. Yeah.
Except for you specifically.
Johnson.
No.
From Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
If your name's Johnson, you have to live in Oklahoma.
That's true.
Like Idaho or something.
Guys should have submitted happier songs.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't sad.
No, it wasn't.
It was
I wasn't
pretty.
talking to you two. I was talking to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Besides the hide and seek person, that song's kind of sad.
That song's pretty sad.
I think Mint Behind the Dumpster is the clear winner of the day.
That's true.
It's the clear
That's true.
one.
That is the winner.
Came out of nowhere.
Very good.
So
Bye.